Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Fake AI-generated videos of the royal family are spreading rapidly online. Clips circulating on social media include bizarre and often disturbing depictions of the late Queen and Princess Diana, ranging from comedy skits to offensive scenarios involving shoplifting, rap, and even professional wrestling. Some videos use synthetic voices eerily mimicking the royals' accents, with one fake version of the Queen reciting rap lyrics: "Run heavy, but I keep it cocked. Jewels in the pocket. Tea kettle locked. Came out the palace, straight to the block. Slippers on concrete. Still I won't stop." The rise in such material comes as Harry and Meghan join global figures in warnings about the dangers of advanced artificial intelligence. The couple recently signed an open letter urging major tech companies, including Google, Meta, and OpenAI, to halt the development of superintelligent AI until it can be proven safe. British intelligence agencies have also warned that deepfakes and online conspiracies are being exploited by foreign actors. Last year, investigators in Wales identified dozens of accounts linked to Russia, allegedly amplifying false narratives about Princess Kate's temporary absence from public life. Meanwhile, in real life, a royal commentator says one of the most noticeable changes in King Charles since the passing of Queen Elizabeth II is his greater physical warmth with the public. Speaking on the Palace Confidential podcast, Richard Dalton explained that while he hasn't observed any sweeping transformations within the monarchy, the king stands apart from his late mother in one key way. "I don't think we've seen too many radical changes, really. I think the thing that struck me actually is how much more tactile King Charles is than his mother. You wouldn't touch the Queen. We've seen with King Charles, he's remarkably tactile, so he's been hugging people. In a way, I didn't see that coming." Eden suggested this change may be partly due to Charles' health challenges. "I think his cancer has drawn him to the public even quicker, perhaps. That sympathy and the intimations of mortality, the fact that no one knows how long he'll be around, has warmed him to people, and I think that's increased that level of affection." Queen Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles, has laughed off the idea of ever receiving a royal title, joking that Britain would revolt if he were made a prince. Speaking on the Good Food podcast, the 50-year-old food writer quipped, "I tell you, that would be the quickest way to revolution. I think we're a fairly balanced and sober and sensible country on the whole, but if I suddenly became prince, I think that Buckingham Palace gates would be stormed." Parker Bowles, who is the Queen's eldest child from her marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles, added that he has no plans to alter his identity, saying he'd be sticking with his original name. "It would be appalling," he said, of the idea of being given a title. "I think that would put back the long and glorious cause of the monarchy in Britain by many years." Speaking more warmly of his stepfather, Parker Bowles described King Charles as a fountain of knowledge and a hero of British farmers, praising him alongside broadcaster Jeremy Clarkson for helping to shine a light on the struggles of rural life. Asked if he had ever handled any royal regalia, Parker Bowles admitted he had the rare privilege of briefly holding one of the crown jewels in the lead-up to the coronation. "They had some of the crown jewels because the king and my mother had to practice carrying them," he said. "It was just, I think it was the scepter or the diadem. Just to hold it briefly was, you're holding history. You're holding 800 or 900 years of history. It's incredible." Reflecting on his childhood, he described a traditional, very happy and privileged upbringing in Wiltshire with his mother, father, and sister, Laura Lopes. "She's a great cook, a natural cook," he said of the Queen. "There weren't many spices. It was very, very traditional. We'd have English food." And despite years spent mingling with royalty, Parker Bowles insists his tastes haven't changed much. "Not really, no," he said with a smile. Parenting expert Joe Frost, also known as Super Nanny, has praised William and Kate for a grounded approach to raising Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, saying the couple balanced privacy with carefully chosen public appearances to prepare the children for royal life. She wrote, "Parenting is no easy task, and when lived under the world's gaze, the challenge magnifies tenfold. Yet in Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, I see not only future monarchs, but devoted parents whose grounded approach provides reassurance for their family and inspiration for others. Despite their titles and difficulties of late, they remain grounded in everyday life, intentional in giving George, Charlotte, and Louis as normal a childhood as possible," she said, and concluded that children don't need perfect parents, they need presence. William and Catherine understand this. Their parenting is not about privilege, but responsibility. The future feels steady, compassionate, and hopeful. The new Wales family home, Forest Lodge in Windsor Great Park, has drawn attention not only for the heightened security around its perimeter, but also for one of its more unusual features, A ha-ha wall. According to the National Trust, a ha-ha is a type of sunken fence popular in 18th century landscaped gardens. It creates the illusion of a continuous unbroken lawn while still acting as a boundary, often to keep grazing animals out. The name is thought to come from the surprise of stumbling across one, prompting an exclamation of ha-ha. The discreet barrier means the Wales family can enjoy open views across the rolling grounds without compromising safety or privacy. While there's no word on whether they plan to keep livestock, the wall won't interfere with playtime for Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Forest Lodge also provides space and amenities that suit the family's lifestyle, including a tennis court, sure to delight Kate, an avid player, and her children, who are said to be following in her footsteps. More palace in just a moment. Royal watchers are calling for Zara and Mike Tyndall to become senior working members of the firm, even though neither holds a title and the people currently pursue their own careers. Supporters argue the popular pair would bolster a slimmed-down monarchy, with one fan posting, "Please offer these two jobs as working royals. The British royal family is in desperate need of a boost to support our beautiful future king and queen," while another praised them as a refreshing, hard-working and respectful working royal couple. For now, the Tyndalls appear content on the margins, joining major events such as Christmas at Sandringham and Royal Ascot, but otherwise living privately at Gatcombe Park with their 3 children. Zara has long been clear about that choice, saying, "From my point of view, I was obviously very lucky that my mother didn't give us any titles, so I really commend her on that. We were very lucky that we got to do it a bit our own way." Even though there is speculation she could take on a specific brief when Prince William becomes king, a well-placed source told The Times the royal racing portfolio could move to Zara, noting William has never really seemed comfortable doing it. An Olympian and director at Cheltenham Racecourse, Zara is already steeped in the sport. As for Mike, the former England rugby captain has built a post-playing career in broadcasting and entertainment, including I Am a Celebrity in 2022. Vanity Fair tells us Gen Z has their own royal heartthrob, Albert Windsor. They're right. If you don't know him and you're under 25, note this name. He's the only royal to have been included by Tatler, the English high society magazine, in the list of most eligible bachelors who will be increasingly discussed in the coming months. With a melancholy yet captivating look and short blonde hair, the cousin of King Charles. With a melancholy yet captivating look and short blonde hair, the cousin of King Charles and the grandson of the Duke of Kent, from whom he will one day inherit the title, he is the first royal to bear the name of Prince Albert, known as Bertie, who later became George VI, father of Elizabeth II. Furthermore, Albert was the first royal baby in the modern era to be baptized in a Catholic rite. His father, Lord Nicholas, converted to Catholicism and was forced to renounce his position in the line of succession to the throne, thus also excluding Albert, who would have been 37th in line. The fact that he was away from the UK for much of his childhood meant that he was rarely seen in public. Since turning 18, Albert seems to have become more active in society, unlike his father, who was not on good terms with the royal family and was reportedly not even invited to King Charles' coronation ceremony. Albert is viewed favourably by the monarchy. Former royal butler Grant Harold, who served the royal household from 2004 to 11, has written a memoir titled The Royal Butler, My Remarkable Life in Royal Service, offering a rare insider's guide to royal manners and traditions. Speaking to Fox News Digital, Harold said many misconceptions exist about royal protocol. A lot of people assume that when you meet the royal family, you're supposed to bow or curtsy, he explained. You don't. The monarchy's website states it isn't required. It's entirely a personal choice. The king even told me when you bow or curtsy, you're doing it to the title, not the person. Harold shared that when meeting a royal, etiquette calls for letting them lead the greeting. You should let them lead the handshake and the conversation, he said. They don't ask tricky questions. They keep it lighthearted, easy. Inside the palace, he noted table talk matters more than cutlery. At state banquets, the king talks to the guests on his right during the main course, then to the one on his left for pudding. Everyone follows suit, and that's how conversation flows. Some rules have relaxed, such as the outdated custom of walking backwards when leaving a royal's presence. Princess Diana's longtime hairdresser, Richard Dalton, has revealed that the late royal secretly arranged for tabloids to be smuggled into Kensington Palace so she could read what was being written about her. Speaking to People magazine, Dalton said, "One of the hairdressers smuggled them in. Did I say that? They were smuggled in, but it's not to do with me. She used to say, 'Richard, can you bring them in for me?' Nobody questioned it because nobody knew. Once I'd got through security and into the pantry, it was all plain sailing from there. Dalton said one of the rumours that deeply upset her concerned speculation about Prince Harry's paternity. They always went on about it. Is Charles the father or Harry? Of course he is. Diana's brother, Charles Spencer. When he used to cut his hair was bright red. Lady Sarah also red. The Spencers definitely had red hair. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, Facebook, Instagram. We're on all the social hubs now. Come by, say hi. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.